brought you some breakfast.
Oh, thank you, darling. You are sweet. Did you sleep well?
I didn't go to bed.
Oh, Tony, you didn't stay up all night again.
I certainly did.
You're very silly.
Yes, I know I'm very silly. Anybody who writes music for documentary films is very silly indeed. But we need the money.
But why stay up all night?
Well, it's the only time I get any peace, isn't it?
So I have to suffer.
How do you mean?
Well, you know what you're like when you've been up all night.
Well, I know what I feel like.
Tony, have the papers come yet?
No, not yet.
Would you find my book for me, please?
Any idea where it is?
It's on the sofa.
What's it called?
I forget. But there's a woman on the cover lying across a bed with a dagger sticking in her bosom or somewhere.
Right. Oh, it's not on the sofa.
Oh, it must be. It's probably staring you in the face.
Dorothy, there is no woman with a dagger in her bosom staring me in the face.
Oh, I remember. I left it on the bookcase. Or was it the mantelpiece?
You settle for this one. It's a woman with a dagger, but it's in her hand, not her bosom.
Oh, Tony, you're not trying. I've read that one.
Is this it?
Oh, you are silly. You must have brought it into me last night. What are you staring at?
I'm just thinking, this guy looks like Myrtle.
Show me. Doesn't look much like her photographs.
Oh, they were just snaps. You can't tell from snaps, you know.
You never told me she was as beautiful as that.
Didn't I?
I hope she's still in America.
Yes. As far as I'm concerned, she can stay there. Now, may I get on with my work?
Yes, darling.
Good.
Tony,
Yes?
you always told me Myrtle was cold.
Oh, well, yes, so she was.
This girl doesn't look cold. Quite the reverse to me. You sure?
Well, of course I'm sure. Darling, I've told you, she was the exact opposite of you. You're sort of warm, clinging, cuddlesome, and sweet. Myrtle was,
Tony?
She was withdrawn, ladylike, perfect iceberg.
Give me a man, any kind of a man. Don't know what I missed, I never been kissed, it's time I began. I'm tired of sitting on the shelf, I'm tired of talking to myself. So give me a man, give me a man, give me a man. I feel like a boat that's caught in a gale, or a bird in the sky attempting to fly without any tail. I probably won't know what to do when somebody whispers I love you, but I'm willing to try. Find me a guy, find me a male. He may be tough or sentimental, a little rough or gentle, a he-man or a clinging vine. He may be crazy as a hatter, but it really doesn't matter.
Hey,
as long as I can say he's mine. So give me a man, any kind of a man. I'm needing romance with something in pants as soon as I can. I'm getting all hot and out of breath, pursuing a fate that's worse than death. So give me a man. Give me a man. What do you want?
Telephone.
I'm rehearsing.
They said it was important.
Thanks a lot. Kids, that was crazy. Elmer, I'll be right back. Hello? Yeah, this is me. Who is this? Oh? Well, no, I can't. I'm rehearsing. Well, all right, in an hour. Just a minute. Elmer, can I have your pencil, please? Thanks, Tootsie. 1365 Broadway.
Miss Lamar is here, Mr. Daniel.
Sit down, Miss Lamar, won't you?
Thanks. I haven't done nothing, or have I?
Huh?
If it's about the payments on the TV set.
Oh, no. It's nothing like that. It's about your husband.
My who? Oh, my husband. What about him?
According to our information, you're Mrs. Anthony Robinson. Lamar's just a stage name, is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
I've got some news for you. You remember your Uncle Joe?
Oh, I sure do. The stingy old tightwad.
Maybe. But he's died and left $2 million.
Oh, the poor fellow. Did he leave it to me?
No, to your husband. But still, that's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, in a way. Why should he leave it to Tony? He was my uncle. He didn't even know him.
Oh, there's a piece in the will about that. He says, I believe men were made to wear the pants, and pants were made to carry the dough.
Well, does Tony get the whole $2 million?
Oh, there's a condition attached to it. He has to, as your uncle puts it, prove that he is a man.
Why, was there ever any doubt of it?
He has to prove it by producing his son not later than 9 a.m. on June the 30th of this year.
And supposing he can't?
Well, then the money goes to you.
Well, then it's okay then. We don't have any kids.
Oh, that's fine. Then I can safely say that the money is yours.
Woo! $2 million! $2 million! When do I get to touch it?
I'll draw up the papers at once. You bring your husband in here any day you like.
Oh, what do you need him for?
Well, he'll have to sign an affidavit you haven't any children. Something wrong?
Supposing I can't bring him in.
Why not?
I don't know where he is.
You're separated.
Sort of.
For how long?
3 years.
And you don't know where he is?
Last time I heard he was someplace like England.
Well, you better let me have the last address you have for him, and I'll get a lawyer over there to trace him. Now, don't worry. It's only a formality. You'll get your money directly we find him.
This coat, not a coat, is a miracle. Peach fat, ranch red gold mink. 4,800 skins. Finest mink reared since first mink created. Never you will see woman with this coat like this. Never.
How much?
To you, $19,999. 90 cents.
I'll take 2.
2?
Uh-huh. The light one and the dark one. What else you got?
Just a moment. Find out here. Oh, beautiful sables. Most perfect sables. Smuggled out from Russia.
Oh?
From behind Iron Curtain. By international spy. When I'm a boy, the sables would be exceptional private property from Imperial Highness the Tsarina. And now I offer to you royal sable to royal lady. You.
How much?
To you, $4,999. No cents.
I'll take them.
You take all 4?
Yes. This one and this and the 2 coats. How much?
This is 90,999, 40,000. You know, I make a special price for you. $50,000.
It's a deal.
Excuse me, would you wish to write me a check?
Well, you see, it's this way.
I'm sorry, but I can't pay out a cent until we find your husband and get his affidavit.
But couldn't I have just a few on account just for spending money?
Not a dollar.
Well, when are you going to find him?
Well, I've had a cable from the London solicitors, and they say they've tried every way they know, and they just can't find any trace of him. Isn't there anything else you could tell us about him?
No, I told you everything I know.
Are you sure?
Well, except for one little thing.
Such as?
We weren't only separated, we were also divorced.
Where?
Bolivia.
Bolivia?
Yeah, I was down there playing the club, so I had time. Why, is that bad?
It sure is. If he's married again and produced a son, he'll still get the money and you'll get nothing.
Well, that is very unfair. After all, it's my uncle. You gotta do something. You gotta stop it.
But there's nothing we can do until we find him. Oh, I'd better cable London again.
Listen, why don't you let me go over there and look for him?
You?
Sure. Those solicitors won't know where to look for Tony. I know him. Besides, he's so absent-minded he wouldn't know a family if he had one. What do you say?
Well...
May I see your passport, please?
I beg your pardon? Come again?
I want to see your passport, please.
Oh, my passport. Why didn't you say so?
Thank you very much. Is it Miss Lamar?
Uh-huh.
What is the purpose of your visit to England?
I've come to find a husband.
I beg your pardon?
I've come to find a husband. Is there something wrong with that?
No, not at all. I'll put pleasure, shall I?
Uh-huh. Just a second. Be careful. They're not paid for yet.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes?
Miss Lamar is here, sir.
Miss Lamar's here. Who's she?
Miss Myrtle Lamar, sir.
She's come over from New York. The Robinson case, sir.
Robinson. Oh, yes, the girl with the missing husband. Is that it? Better show her in.
Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Will you come in, please?
Ah, Miss Lamar, I'm delighted to meet you.
I'm delighted to meet you too, Mr. Stone Stark.
Stark will do. Won't you sit down?
Oh, thank you.
You had a pleasant trip, I hope.
No, I was sick.
Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. I'm so sorry. What a pity. Well, now, we've had several letters from your lawyers in New York asking us to trace your husband for you.
That's right.
He's not easy to find, you know.
Why not?
Well, you must forgive me saying so, but Robinson's rather a common name. There are plenty of them over here. And you weren't able to give us very full information about him, were you? We know, of course, that he's a composer, writes music and all that sort of thing.
Sort of what thing?
Well, we got in touch with the Musicians' Union, the film studios, and the Albert Hall, but alas, no results.
Can't you send out an SOS over radio and television? Take out billboards in all the major cities. Advertise.
Miss Lamar, we have advertised for him.
Where?
In the Times.
Supposing he doesn't read the Times.
Doesn't read the Times, really, Miss Lamar.
Mr. Stark, there are $2 million waiting for me in the bank. I want to get my hands on it.
I know, but you must trust me.
Let's advertise some more in all the newspapers, under the pin-up pictures.
Very well.
Tony!
Just a minute.
Tony!
Huh?
Tony, look at this.
Oh, darling, look, I've got no time to read newspapers. I've got to finish that score today.
But it's about you.
Me? Where? Oh, that's nice, isn't it?
What do you suppose they want?
If I know Myrtle, she's after money.
Sure that's all?
Well, isn't it enough? The bank's overdrawn, the rent's overdue, my score's overdue. If I don't finish it today, Brodzinski will cancel the contract, then we'll really be in the soup.
Well, what are you going to do about it?
Ignore it.
Well, suppose someone else sees it and tells them.
No, they won't. Nobody down here knows me as Robinson. Now, is anything I can do to make you more comfortable?
No, thank you, darling.
Good.
Tony, why did you really divorce Myrtle?
Oh, sweetheart, I've told you. She was the most successful nightclub singer. I was the most unsuccessful composer, so...
You mean she divorced you because she earned more money than you did?
Yes, I suppose so.
Well, that's a fantastic reason for divorce, even in America. Come on. What's that? Ooh.
It's Nurse Appleby. She's fallen off again. Oh. You all right, Nurse?
The manners of motorists these days simply atrocious. I should have taken his number, only I was flying through the air at the time.
Hurt yourself?
Won't be sure of that until I get home. And how's the little mother this morning?
Oh, she's not a little mother yet. I wish she was. I'd be glad when it's all over, Nurse.
I hope you made her stay in bed like the doctor said.
Yeah, she stayed in bed all right, but we're ready for instant flight.
That's the spirit. Be prepared. That's my motto. May I come in?
Of course.
Good morning, my dear.
Good morning, Nurse.
Well, today is the day. Isn't it?
I certainly hope so.
Is that in his film?
No, he's just trying to be funny. Tony! Stop it!
Hello?
Who is it?
It's the bank manager. Hello, Mr. Parsons. How are you this morning?
Very worried about your overdraft. You're well above your limit already, and now you've drawn a cheque for £40.
Well, that's for the rent, I'm afraid. No, I realize I've no funds to meet it, but I shall have tomorrow from the score. Yes, I hope to finish it today, and they pay on delivery, you know.
Well, I'm afraid it isn't good enough. My head office doesn't like this sort of thing. I'm going to return this cheque marked no funds. Refer to drawer.
But you can't do that, Mr. Parsons. They'll take the cottage away from us. My wife's having a baby. Well, today, any minute. Yes, I know people shouldn't have babies if they can't afford them, but how can one be expected to know so far in advance? Huh? Nurse, why is it banks never give overdrafts to people who really need them, huh?
I don't know. Something to do with the dollar gap, I believe.
You off now?
Yes, I'll call in again tomorrow.
I thought you were supposed to be having the baby today.
Well, I think it's more likely to be tomorrow.
Well, what's wrong with today?
Oh, now, Mr. Opello, you can't interfere with nature, you know.
Oh, I don't want to interfere
And
with
see
nature.
that she stays in bed. Don't let her get up whatever happens. Now, Dr. Cameron was very definite about that.
All right, nurse.
Well, bye for now.
Bye.
Ah. Oh.
Miss Lamar, sir.
Oh, really? Well, show her in. Good morning, my dear Miss Lamar.
Yeah. Did you find it?
Not yet, but these things always take a little time, you know.
A little time. It's 8 days already.
I'm awfully sorry, but what can I do?
I don't know, but do something.
You know, you be patient. You'll find he'll turn up. They always do.
I am being patient, but I can't wait anymore. You know what I'm going to do?
I hate to imagine.
I'm going to go right out of here and find him myself. And you know what? I bet you $50 I find him before you do.
Done. And if you win, you can take it off the bill.
If I find him, I'm not so sure there's going to be a bill.
Come in.
Mr. Holmes?
Unfortunately, no, madam. My name is Potts, Livingston Potts. Mr. Holmes, alas, is dead, but I am the head of the agency that bears his name. In what way can we be of service to you?
Well, it's kind of a long story. You see, it's about my husband.
Say no more, madam. We quite understand. You may rely on us absolutely. Now, you wish us to follow your husband and ascertain whether he is carrying on a liaison with another lady. Am I right?
No, I just want to find him.
I take it our inquiries are with a view to divorce.
No, we're already divorced.
I think perhaps you'd better explain from the beginning.
All right. What happened to your eye?
Oh, that is a souvenir of a case I have just completed.
You mean you lost an eye on a case?
Well, no, not exactly. A slight cold due to a very drafty keyhole.
Oh. Well, have you got a phone book?
Yes, I think so. Oh, yes. What name had you in mind?
Robinson, that's my husband's name.
Oh, of course, yes. Any particular initial?
Sure, Tony. Now, we're going to look every single one of them up till we find them.
But, madam, that's a life's work.
There is $2 million in this for me.
2? And what for me?
1%?
It's a deal.
Tony! Tony!
What do you want?
Have you found the garage yet?
No, not yet.
But you promised you'd make sure they've still got the car standing by.
I'll do it in a minute.
Well, why not do it now?
I'm busy.
Tony!
You dropped your book.
I didn't drop it. I threw it.
Look, darling, I've got work to do.
So have I. You seem to forget I'm going to have a baby today.
Oh, but you've been saying that for 10 days now.
Well, there's no need to remind me. How do you think I feel lying here day after day waiting for it to come?
Oh, darling, look, don't cry. I know it's beastly for you, but I must finish this score today. Look, we've got to feed the baby when it does come, haven't we?
I'm going to feed it.
All right, then you're going to feed it, but I've got to feed you, haven't I?
You do want the baby, don't you?
Of course I want it.
Well, I don't. I've never wanted it.
Oh, it's a bit late in the day to discover that, isn't it?
If you want it, I don't mind having it, but I don't want it. I hope that's clear.
Why don't you want it, darling?
I don't like babies. I was a baby once myself. I know what it's like.
Now, Dorothy.
I hate babies.
Oh, Dorothy.
I hate the very thought of
Darling.
babies. I wish I weren't having one.
Come on, now, look. Just let me finish my work, then I'll get you some lunch. What would you like, kippers and custard or roast beef and marmalade? Or how about some poached eggs on dog biscuits for a change, eh? Huh?
Oh, Tony, you are silly. I love you, Tony.
I love you, too.
And I don't hate babies anymore.
Good.
And I won't talk again until you've finished your work.
Look, you can help me if you like.
How?
Now listen. Now listen, darling. Tell me what you think of this. Did that sound like a tree falling?
What kind of tree?
I know what kind of tree. Just as a large tree.
Sounded like a small tree to me.
Oh.
That was a big tree.
You think so?
Definitely.
Hmm.
I'll be right over. Sure, right over. Goodbye. You know what?
I know my feet are killing me. I've walked 20 miles today if I've walked a yard. 42 different Robinsons and none of them any good.
Well, Livingston, you don't have to walk anymore. I found them.
You what?
I found them, and we're going right over there now.
Now? Oh, well.
Come on already.
Oh.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Tony Robinson. I phoned you, remember?
That's right. You better come along in here.
You say Mr. Tony Robinson's been staying here?
Yes.
For how long?
11 weeks. He had my best first-floor front and the use of this piano.
What do you mean had? Isn't he still here?
No, he left about a year ago.
Well, do you know his present address?
No, haven't heard from him since.
And you don't know where he is?
No.
Oh, come on, Sherlock. We're wasting our time.
Just a minute. He left owing 2 weeks' rent. Here's the bill.
What do you want me to do about it?
You're his wife, aren't you?
Yeah, but I don't...
Then you don't leave here until it's paid. Unless you want me to call the police.
Pay her, Sherlock.
Trees! Trees! Who the heck cares about trees? Except dogs. Giants of the ruddy forest. Hurtling over the mighty waterfall.
Good morning, Mr. Rapallo. How's Mrs. Rapallo? Has the baby come yet?
She's very well, thank you. No, it has not come yet.
Gladys? She hasn't had it yet. Mavis? Not yet. You're true.
Benson's garage here.
This is Mr. Rapallo.
Mr. Barrow?
Look, I'm phoning about the car for my wife. She's having a baby, and I want to...
Mr. Barrow's car ready?
No, not yet.
It's not ready yet, sir.
Look, what the devil are you talking about? My name is Rapallo of Rose Cottage. I'm phoning for the car to stand by to take my wife to the hospital.
Oh, I see. Yes, we've got a car. That'll be all right, sir. You just leave it to me. Why can't people talk proper? Ernie!
I just phoned the garage.
Oh, thank you, darling.
Now, may I get on with my work?
Of course, darling.
Thank you.
Oh, darling.
Yeah?
I think you must have packed my knitting.
You gave it to me to pack.
Mm-mm. I gave it to you not to pack.
All right, I'll go and get it. Do you remember which case I was supposed not to pack them in?
The big one.
I didn't pack the big one, you did.
No, I didn't. You did.
All right. Well, this one's full of baby clothes.
No, that's the small one, silly. It's in the big one, the one with string around it.
Well, they've all got string round them. Workman. Knitting. Found it. Yes, dear.
While you've got the case open, would you get out my tissues, please?
I'll leave it open in case you think of something else.
But the whole idea is to be ready to leave at a moment's notice.
If you're going to start unpacking everything, how can we?
Well, I'm not unpacking everything.
No, you're not, but I am.
It's not unreasonable to want my knitting, is it?
No, dear.
I mean, I can't help it if I can't get up, can I?
No, dear.
Well, then.
May I get on with my work now?
Yes.
You won't think of another half dozen things you think you want?
Oh, Tony, I do think it's unfair of you to be like this on my last day.
Well, I hope it is your last day.
You'll be sorry when they take me away.
If this goes on much longer, they'll be taking me away.
Benson's garage, your car, sir.
What car?
For Mrs. Rapallo.
Well, she doesn't want a car.
Well, someone phoned, said it was urgent to go to the cottage hospital.
I phoned, but I didn't phone for a car. I phoned to make sure that a car was standing by.
Oh.
Tony!
Look, you'd better go back to the garage and wait there till I phone again.
Tony!
Well, I suppose I'd better. Don't know how that could have happened, though.
Tony!
Coming!
Tony!
I'm coming! The car. Some clot sent it by mistake, so send it back again.
Oh, Tony, I think I do want it after all.
Oh, blimey. Hey, wait a minute, driver! Stop! Oh, stop! Driver! Wait! Driver! Stop!
Hello, Mr. Rapallo. My wife. What is it? Oh, she was. Look at work. Come here. Oh, all right.
Oh, come on! Oh, come on, faster! Faster! Oh, we'll never make it. Come on, driver, faster, hurry! We're coming. We're here. Car.
False alarm.
What?
Sorry, darling. It must have been those radishes.
Oh, no.
Hiya, Buster.
Hi.
Another dead end. That makes two.
Oh, good morning, madam. I'm ringing up to make an inquiry. Does a Mr. Tony Robinson live there? Thank you. He does? Are you sure?
Ask if he plays the piano.
Does he play the piano? He does? Thank you very much.
Ask if he's there now.
Ask if he's there now.
No, let me talk to him. Hello? Is he good looking with black wavy hair? Oh, he is? And does he have dimples? In his cheeks? He does? Well, tell him to stay right there. We're on our way. Goodbye. Come on, this is it, Buster.
Oh, good morning, madam. We telephoned you about Mr. Tony Robinson.
Oh, yes. Who's coming? Is that Tony playing now?
Yes. Are you from the BBC?
Oh, well, no, not exactly. We'll explain all that to Mr. Robinson. May we see him now, please?
Certainly. Tony?
Is that who was playing?
That's right.
Wait a minute. Maybe his father's name's Tony, too.
Father's name's Archibald. Do you want to make something of it?
There must be some mistake.
Can you beat it? All those people, all those Robinsons, no Tony. Does this traffic ever move?
Oh, this is quite fast for London.
Smiley, turn on the radio.
Don't be downhearted, Miss Lamar. We'll find him.
No, we won't. We'll never find him. I'll never get my $2 million. Ah!
What's the matter?
That's it.
What's it?
That tune. Tony wrote it.
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. He played the crazy thing for me for 2 years. It's called You're the Only One. Hey, we can find him now, can't we?
Well, I should think so. We can ring up the BBC.
Well, come on, let's do it.
But Miss Lamar, the car.
I got no time for the car. Come on.
Hello? BBC? Yes, that's it. You're the only one. Who? They say it's written by someone called Tony Rapallo.
Oh, that's ridiculous. I know it. Tony wrote it.
Well, perhaps he's changed his name.
Oh, get the address.
Do you have Mr. Rapallo's address? Oh, yes, just a minute. Huh? Rose Cottage, Daunting, Suffolk.
Myrtle!
Handsome as ever.
What are you doing here?
I've come back.
Don't be ridiculous. You can't come back.
Oh, but darling, I am back. What's all this? You taking in washing or something?
Just some of my things.
You never used to wear nighties.
It's not my nightie.
Whose is it?
Dorothy's.
And who's Dorothy?
She's my wife.
You're not married.
Of course I'm married.
How do you like that?
Well, you really want to know?
All I do is divorce you, and the first thing you do is you go and get yourself married.
Well, why not?
I give you freedom, and what do? You throw it away.
Look, Myrtle.
You haven't got a family, have you?
No.
You sure?
Well, sure, I'm
no
sure.
No little boys or girls or nothing?
No.
Oh, that's something. But say, why'd you change your name?
Oh, well, I have to live by my music now. Oh. Nobody would dream of buying music from a British composer, especially one called Robinson, so now I'm Tony Rapallo. You like it?
That's pretty cute. You know, things have changed for me, too.
Huh?
You remember me talking about my stingy Uncle Joe?
Yes.
Well, he died.
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
You're going to be sorry when you hear the next bit. He left $2 million.
$2 million?
You should have stuck around, kiddo.
$2 million? That's 700,000 pounds. You'll only waste it.
You'd be nice to me and I might let you help me waste it. Oh, what do you say, Tootsie? What is that?
My wife. Excuse me. Yes, darling.
Who are you talking to out there?
It's Myrtle.
Myrtle. Myrtle?
Yes.
You mean your ex...
Yes.
What on earth is she doing here?
We're just visiting.
Visiting?
Thought she'd look us up.
Well, she's certainly not going to look me up. Tell her to go away.
Oh, I can't. I mean...
Tell her to go away.
All right.
And Tony, yes? Leave that door open.
Tony, what's going on in there? Is she sick or something?
No, she's just resting.
Oh?
Myrtle, I'm afraid I can't ask her to stay for lunch. We're eating fruit at the moment.
Fruit?
Yeah, well, the butcher won't let us... we're on a diet.
Well, aren't we all?
Excuse me.
Tony, it's raining and the washing is out.
Oh, my gosh.
Hello? I'd like to talk to Temple Bar 5656. Hello, this is Myrtle Lamar. I'd like to talk to Mr. Stark. Mr. Stark, you owe me $50. Yeah, I found him. No kids or nothing. Well, come and see for yourself if you don't believe me. It's, Rose Cottage, Daunton, Suffolk. Yeah. Oh, and you'd better let Mr. Daniel know. Tell him to cable me $100,000 on account. Yeah, goodbye.
Tony!
Oh, dear.
Shut that door.
What's the matter?
She was making a telephone call to someone called Stark.
Who? Stark? That's the name of those lawyers.
Yes, that's right. She gave him this address and told him to come down and see for himself or something.
She did, eh?
But we'll go and find out what it's about.
Right. Oh, Myrtle. Were you phoning a lawyer just now?
Yes,
Name of Stark?
that's right.
Oh, that's odd. Look at this.
Oh, that?
Yes, that.
That was me. I asked them to find you.
Well, what would you want to find me for?
Well, I knew I was coming over here on a visit, so I thought it would be kind of nice to look you up.
I see.
As a matter of fact, I found you through that old number of yours. You're the only one. The one you wrote for me, remember?
Oh.
Oh, you must have made a mint out of that one.
No such luck. I sold that one outright for $5.
Oh, poor Tony. You always did get done out of the loot.
Excuse me.
What did she say?
Well, she said she didn't know where I was, so she got these lawyers to find me.
Well, now that she's found you, when is she leaving?
I don't know.
Well, I do. You've got exactly 2 minutes to get her out of this house.
But, Dorothy, how can I? What can I say?
Tell her anything you like. Tell her I'm ill, but only get rid of her.
Yes, darling.
Tony, what's she doing in there?
As a matter of fact, she's having a baby.
She's having a what?
A baby. You know, one of those screwed-up bits of flesh with a loud noise at one end and antisocial tendencies the other.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
You never asked me.
When's she having it?
Well, my guess is next Easter.
Oh, Easter. Oh, you had me worried for a minute.
Well, why should you be worried?
Well, wouldn't you be worried if you suddenly found out I was going to be a mother?
No, not particularly.
Well, I would. Did you say Easter?
Yes,
Well, that's more than 9 months away.
I know.
Oh, Tony, come on, tell me the truth. When's it due?
Any moment now. It's overdue.
Oh. Oh, this is a terrible situation.
You're telling me.
Oh, you've gone and spoiled everything. A fine husband you turned out to be.
I'm not your husband. You divorced me, remember?
I don't...
Look, you must go now.
But I've only just come. And I haven't seen you for 3 years. Don't you want me to visit you for 2 or 3 weeks?
No, you can't. Anyway, we've got no room.
Oh, well, then where can I stay?
Well, there's an inn down in the village. You better try that.
Oh, well, can I come and see you tomorrow?
Yes, sure. But ring up first, won't you? Look, I've got to go now. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Tony.
Goodbye. Oh.
No, I'm afraid we don't do much letting. There's no call for it, you see.
Oh, you got no rooms at all?
Oh, yes, we have a room, but there's no private bathroom.
You mean we all get in one together? How quaint.
No, we don't get into it together. What I meant was there's only one bathroom in the whole place.
Oh, that's all right, as long as I can have it.
Oh, you can have it. Nobody else wants it.
Okay. Would you like to show me my room now?
I certainly would.
I'll show the lady the way.
Oh, will you, dear? Right, well, I'll get on with the bar then. My wife will show you the way, miss.
See you later.
Oh, if there's anything you want, just ring and my wife will get it for you.
Thanks.
Hello, Mr. Brodzinski.
Mr. Apollo, what do you do to me? How many tomorrows is there? Think of my family, think of my budget, think of my ulcers.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Mr. Brodzinski, but I have to write every note. I mean, music just doesn't come like that, you know. It's like having a baby.
Now, I'm a reasonable man. Will you make a promise?
Well, yes, if I can.
Thank you, darling. Yeah.
Don't mention it.
Now, can you promise that I'll have the music tomorrow? Tomorrow is the day after today. Not after 2 days, after today. Yeah, at the very latest.
Yes, Mr. Brodzinski. I promise faithfully you shall have it tomorrow at the earliest. I mean at the latest. Yes? Yes, Mr. Brodzinski. Yes. Goodbye, Mr. Brodzinski.
Mr. Apollo, you quite startled me.
Sorry, Ness. Well, when's D-Day, huh?
I don't know, I'm sure.
Not today?
Don't think so. Oh, never mind. It can't be long now.
Yeah, you said that last week.
I always say that babies are like the weather.
You mean wet and windy?
Certainly not. I mean quite unpredictable.
Oh.
Bye for now.
Bye, Ness. Yeah.
What do you think you're doing?
Hello.
Oh, Mr. Stark, how did you get here?
I came down to have a word with your husband.
He's no husband of mine. You know what he did?
No, what?
He went and got married again. And his wife's gonna have a baby any minute.
Never mind about that. I've got some news for you that'll take the smile off his face. Where can we go and talk, eh?
Well, there's an inn back there.
Good, let's go there.
I'll back up.
Hold on, I'll back out. Oh, good heavens. I say, here, what do you think you're doing? Get away from my car.
Socks. It's Myrtle.
Don't answer it.
She'll only go on knocking.
Let her.
It's no good. I'll have to answer it.
All right, but be careful. And leave that door open.
Well, hello. Fancy seeing you.
Listen, Tony, I've got to talk to you.
I was just going to bed, Mel.
Well, don't you go to bed till you heard what I got to say.
Well, what is it?
Tony, when we were married, you did like it. You know, when we were together.
I don't remember. Why?
Oh, but you did like it, didn't you?
No, not very much. And anyway, I'm not your husband anymore. You divorced me in Bolivia, remember?
No, I don't remember anything except a lot of talk in Spanish. And how do we know what they were saying? How do we know we're really divorced?
Look, there was a certificate thing. I gave it to you.
Yes, but what was it in? It was in Spanish.
Look, you can take my word for it. We were divorced, all right. I understood enough Spanish to know what was going on.
Oh, you did, huh?
Of course I did.
Well, then listen to this.
What is it?
This is a letter from the Bolivian embassy to Messrs. Stark, Sunstone, and Stark. That's the lawyers. Dear sirs, in answer to your letter of April 12th, we have the honor to inform you that Anthony Robinson, a British subject, and his wife Myrtle, an American citizen, applied for a degree of divorce in La Paz 3 years ago on January 22nd. At the preliminary hearing, a divorce decree was delivered. For the divorce to become final, however, it was necessary for both parties to appear 30 days later. Since no such appearance was made, the preliminary judgment was stricken from the record, and according to Bolivian law, the parties are therefore still legally married.
Let me see that. But this means that that we...
That's right, Tootsie.
Oh, no!
Oh, yes.
Tony?
What about her?
Oh, gee, I forgot about her.
Tony!
Yes, darling?
I want you.
Just a minute, darling.
You're not going to tell her, not now.
Of course not. Huh?
What are you two up to out there?
Oh, nothing, just talking.
Then why are you talking in whispers?
We weren't whispering, were we?
No, you were. What's that you got in your hand?
Oh, it's just a bill.
Show it to me.
No, it's just a bill. It's a
Give it
counter.
to me.
Dorothy? Oh, you're awake.
Of course I'm awake. I haven't been to sleep. I didn't sleep all night.
Well, neither did I.
Oh, yes, you did. I heard you snoring.
I was not.
Yes, you were. And how you could sleep after what happened last night, I just don't understand. Yes, I do. I see it all now. You're happy. You're pleased. You're sitting pretty.
I am not sitting pretty. I am very miserable.
Why? Isn't $2 million enough?
The money doesn't come into it at all.
Well, then why don't you divorce her?
Because I can't. I told you last night, I keep telling you I can't divorce her.
Why not?
Because she hasn't given me any grounds.
Grounds.
No, our only hope is to beg her to divorce me.
But why should she?
For the sake of the child.
There you are, for the sake of the child. Not for my sake, you notice.
Yes, for your sake too, of course.
Nobody cares what happens to me. Nobody minds about me. I can't bear it any longer.
Now, look, that's quite enough. I care, and I'm going to do something about it. I'm going right down to the village this moment and demand that she gives me a divorce. You hear me? Demand it.
Yes, darling.
I'm going right now.
Yes, darling. Only
Only what?
you will put some clothes on first, won't you?
Excuse me, madam. I'm looking for a place called Rose Cottage. Do you happen to know it?
Oh, yes, yes, I know it. You go down here as fast as you can, regardless of cyclists or pedestrians, and completely ignoring the speed limit. You turn the corner on the wrong side of the road, and then drive at breakneck speed past Tom Fallon's rickyard. Be careful not to miss his cattle as they cross the road. Turn left at the windmill, accelerate for all you're worth, and come to a shuddering stop at a little cottage on your right. That's Rose Cottage.
Thank you very much, madam.
Morning, Mr. Appello.
Oh, hello, nurse. Oh, nurse, look, I have to go into the village. Would you mind staying with Dorothy for a bit while I'm away?
Not at all. It's a pleasure. I make some 11s.
Thanks very much.
Take my bite, Mr. Appello. It'll be quicker.
Thanks, I will.
But be careful. The back brake block's broke. Good morning.
Morning.
Well, and how are we this morning?
Miserable.
No, we mustn't be like that, must we?
Well, how would you like it if you woke up one morning and found you weren't married?
But I'm not.
Neither am I.
Oh, how can you say that about Mr. Appello? Well, I'm sure there isn't a husband like him anywhere in the world.
How right you are.
Yeah, where you going with that lot?
She wants him outside.
Who does?
You know, the blonde job.
What for?
Search me.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
Turned out nice again, as you British say.
Yeah, it certainly has. Turned out very nice, I'd say.
Simply marvelous.
Good morning. Have you everything you require?
Yes, I do. I'm going out to the garden to lounge a little.
A little.
Mm-hmm. And if Mr. Apollo should require me, tell him where I am.
Yes, certainly, Miss Lamar.
What does she want with Mr. Appello?
Hey, what does he want with her? More like it.
Don't be coarse.
Eh? Oh.
Where do you think you're going?
Oh, I just thought I'd finish these out in the garden.
Oh, no, you're not. You're going to stay right here.
Yes, dear.
And keep my eye on you.
Morning, Jane.
Oh, hello, Mr. Rapallo.
Morning, Ethel.
Morning.
Is,
In the garden.
Tony! Darling, how nice to see you. Sit down.
I'd rather stand if you don't mind.
Ah, don't be a stuffed shirt. Sit down. There, isn't that better?
Look, Myrtle, I came to see you because...
Oh, you don't have to tell me. I know, darling. Doesn't that remind you of something?
No. What?
Tonga, the Friendly Islands. Those very friendly islands. Ah, that lovely night with the orchestra playing. And you and me sitting on the beach.
You and I.
I know, it was always you and me, wasn't it, darling? And it still is. Isn't that what you came to tell me?
No. As a matter of fact, I came to ask you if you'd divorce me.
What?
I want you to divorce me.
I can't divorce you. I love you too much.
Myrtle, you're wasting your time.
You know we belong to each other.
You may as well get this in your head. I'm staying with Dorothy. And all the French perfume and sunburn lotion and smoochy gramophone records in the world won't make me change my mind.
But you happen to be married to me.
I am not.
Look, if you're worried about Dorothy, we could give her a lot of money.
She wouldn't let us. She has too much pride.
Pride, that's all you English ever talk about.
That's all we got left to talk about.
Oh, Tony, don't you want to be rich and come back to America with me?
I want to go to America. I like it here.
That's the craziest thing I ever heard. Well, anyway, I don't care what you say. I can't divorce you, so there.
Very well.
Please don't go. I love you, Elmer. I mean, Tony, I love you.
Goodbye, Myrtle.
I love you!
Is this Mr. Robinson's house? Good heaven.
My word, you've been a long time getting here.
It was right at the windmill, madam, if I may say so, not left.
Of course, how silly of me.
Is Mr. Robinson at home?
Who?
Oh, I do beg your pardon. Is Mr. Rapallo in?
Oh, no, he's out at the moment, but he won't be long. Would you care to wait?
Thank you very much. Good morning, sir.
Hello? Who are you?
My name's Stark, of Stark, Son, Stone and Stark, solicitors, you know.
All right. How much do I owe you?
I don't think you quite understand. I just called in on my way back to London to see if your wife, Mrs. Robinson, I beg your pardon, Mrs. Rapallo, had had a baby yet.
What's my wife's baby got to do with you?
Oh, nothing at all, I assure you.
Why are you so interested in it?
Well, I have to report to New York, you know.
New York? Good Lord, why?
Well, they want to know who they pay the money to, don't they?
What money?
Well, didn't Miss Lamar tell you?
Well, she told me her uncle had died and left her $2 million, and she was over here on a visit, that's all.
Oh, dear, there's much more to it than that. She should have explained properly. Now, the point is, sir, that if you become the father of a boy by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, the money goes to you, not her.
To me? Are you sure?
Yes, if you have a boy by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Otherwise, everything goes to Miss Lamar.
Why, the little...
Tony, Mr. Stark, fancy seeing you here.
Good morning, Miss Lamar.
Good morning.
I've just been having a word with Mr. Robinson. You didn't make it exactly clear to him about the money, did you?
Oh, did I?
Well, not exactly, but we've cleared it all up now. It's quite all right, isn't it?
Thanks very much.
Not at all. Shall I come back and see you tomorrow, Mr. Robinson?
Yes, please do.
Fine. Well, till then, au revoir, and may the best man win.
Tony, I was going to tell you about it. Honest, I was.
Pretending you were still in love with me and all that.
Oh, but I am in love with you, in a way. Oh, darling, don't be mad at me.
Don't touch me.
Oh.
You thought you'd make up to me to be on the safe side, didn't you? Just in case I got the money.
No.
That's what you're after, isn't it? The money I haven't even got yet. But I'm going to have a good shot at getting it. You see. Darling.
Did she agree?
Never mind that. Listen, if you have a son of mine by 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, he's a $2 million baby. Think of that. We get $2 million. $2 million.
Oh!
What's the matter?
Oh, you've got lipstick all over your face.
Darling, please.
Don't call me darling when you don't mean it.
Oh, can't you forget all that?
I'd still like to know how you got lipstick all over you.
Well, I told you I ducked.
You duck, that's a likely tale. And you needn't think I'll marry you after this, because I won't. I should have listened to you in the first place when you said you weren't good enough for me.
Dorothy, for heaven's sake.
Don't call me Dorothy. My name is Miss Hetherington.
Very well, Miss Hetherington. Have it your own way. Will you please not play this radio while I'm working?
I'll think about it.
Well, thank you.
And would you fill my bottle, please?
Good morning, Mr. Ravello.
Come in, Cymbeline. Oh, thanks very much.
Say, we haven't much time, have we? I mean, the sands are running low.
Yeah, so is the cash. I stand as much chance of getting my hands on those dollars as I do of having the baby myself.
Oh, it's not improbable. She'll have it in time.
Nurse, the improbable never happens to me, only the impossible.
Chin up.
If I keep my chin up much higher, I'll break my neck. The landlord's calling for the furniture at 9 o'clock. Ah, so it's you. What do you want?
Tony, I've just got to talk to you.
What have you got there?
Food.
Real food? Tell me.
I thought you were on a diet.
I'm on a diet of anything I can get hold of. Where did you find this stuff? Shops aren't open yet.
I persuaded the innkeeper to let me have it.
What are you going to do with it?
Well, I was doing a little investigating, my friend, and I found out that you and Dorothy are practically starving. It's for you, too.
We've been living on fruit and vegetables for 6 weeks. Ham? What's this? Tongue? Pate! Hey, wait a minute. Is this a way of glossing over your hideous deceit about your Uncle Joe's will?
Oh, that. What time is it? Little Dorothy's got exactly 20 minutes.
That's right.
Tony, if you get all this money, don't think I'm going to divorce you just like that.
You won't divorce me. My wife won't marry me. I'm doing fine. Look, darling, food.
Where'd you get it?
Myrtle brought it.
She can take it back.
Now, darling.
I don't want her charity.
Oh, I don't mind a bit of charity. Especially when it's pâté de foie gras, eh? Thanks for the grub, old girl.
Don't mention it, old boy. Tony, you mind if I make some coffee?
No, go ahead. Just stay here till I call you. Ah, Mr. Carter, it's you. That's all it needed to make the day perfect. Come in.
I've got a van waiting, Mr. Rapallo.
Who is it, Tony?
Mr. Carter, complete with plain van.
What's going on here?
It's the landlord. I haven't paid the rent.
Oh?
I'll start with a piano.
Does he play the piano, too?
No, he'll flog it and put the money
Do
against...
what?
He'll sell it. Put the money against the rent I owe him. It's called barter.
Oh, then what will you do about your music?
I shall borrow a violin.
Oh, wait a minute. Listen here, you guys.
Don't interfere, lady.
Don't call me lady. It's not nice the way you say it. How much does Tony owe you?
£50. Metal.
10, 20, 30, 40, 50.
Yeah, these all right.
I am an American citizen.
Oh, well, that's different. All right, boys, lay off. I'll send you the receipt tomorrow, Mr. Pello.
You just do that.
Yes, miss. Come on, boys. Nobody ever paid my rent for me before.
Oh, don't feel bad about it. I like doing things for you. That's the effect you have on me.
No, I feel like 7 shillings and a penny 3 farthings trying to look $1 in the face.
I think nothing of it.
Mr. Rapallo, I think you'd better order the car.
Order the car. Order the car! Oh. Hello. Get me 3-4, please.
Is he really coming? Oh, I'm sorry, that's the fire station. You're through?
Hello, Benson's Garage. Look, send the car at once, please. It's urgent. My wife... Rapallo! Yes, I know you know all about it, but... Yes, right.
Oh, Tony, is this it?
I hope so.
Oh, it's not fair. He was my Uncle Joe.
Well, I didn't ask you to make the will. I never even met him.
You know why I did it? He said men were made to wear the pants and pants were made to carry the dough. He must have been crazy.
Well, that's no reason for him wanting me to have a son, is it?
But he thought your son would be my son. That's why if you take that money, it'll be false misrepresentation of son.
Why? Didn't you tell him about what you thought was our divorce?
No, he was old-fashioned. He wouldn't have approved.
She wants you to pack her knitting.
Oh, yes. Oh, we'll need another case for this, nurse, huh?
And I think you might phone the cottage hospital.
Cottage hospital. That's 27. 27. 27. Hello, 27.
Is she really having it now?
Yes, it's as near as that.
Oh. Cottage hospital? I'm putting you through, Mr. Rapallo.
Hello, Cottage Hospital. Mrs. Rapallo will be coming in immediately. Yeah. Well, yes, of course, weeks ago. What? Well, no, there's no reason at all why she shouldn't have it here. There's no reason why she shouldn't have it anywhere once she's made up her mind. Yeah. All right. Goodbye.
What's the matter?
Full house.
Oh.
Nurse! They've had 3 babies in that bed since we booked it, and a 4th is expected at any minute.
Oh, mercy me.
Well, it must be this English air.
Cameron, Dr. Cameron. Dr. Cameron. Oh, come on, girl. She's probably telling the whole world.
It's all right, Mr. Rapallo.
Has she heard it?
False alarm.
Oh, no, not again.
Goody, goody, goody! 1 minute to go.
Car for Mrs. Rapallo?
No, I'm afraid she doesn't need it after all.
Eh? Is this another baby?
No, it's the same baby.
It's taking its time, isn't it?
Yes, this one's coming cash on delivery.
And best of luck.
Oh, money isn't everything. Some people have values that aren't based on money. They have to. They never have any money.
Ah, cheer up, kiddo.
Oh, I'm all right. You never know what you can do without till you never had it.
Just think, now you can stay with Dorothy. As soon as I get back to New York, I'm going to see my lawyers about getting a divorce. Just to please you.
Thank you.
Well, goodbye, Tony. Honest, it's been very nice seeing you again.
Well, I wish I could say the same.
Oh, and will you say goodbye to Dorothy for me?
Yes, sure.
I got $2 million. Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
Da-dee-da-da-da-da-da.
Well, she's gone.
I'm glad.
Are you very disappointed about the money?
I do want her money. I want my babies.
So do I.
You do love me, Tony, don't you?
I love you, dearest. More than anything. More than everything.
This is the BBC Home Service. We are broadcasting now a commentary on last night's fight at Madison Square Gardens, New York, between Blackie Kogan and Joe Manser. The commentary, which was recorded in America at the time of the fight...
Tony, where did Uncle Joe die?
In New York, I think.
And where did he make his will?
New York.
So if he said the baby was to be born by 9 o'clock, he meant 9 o'clock New York time.
Yes, I suppose so. What difference does it make?
Well, their time is different, isn't it? I mean, when it's day over here, it's nighttime over there, isn't it?
Yes, they're 5 hours back. Darling, you could still make it.
Yes.
Oh, wonderful. Cymbeline, we've 5 hours to go. Hey!
There are 2 more upstairs.
Okay, mate. Oh, Miss Lamar, you want her on the telephone.
Oh? Hello?
Hello, Myrtle. Now listen, I know it's difficult for you to appreciate that America can be behind us in anything, but in the little matter of time, we are, in point of fact, 5 hours ahead.
Who says? Are you trying to pull something?
No, I'm not trying to pull a fast one.
What do you mean, 5 hours back? Your father's mustache is 5 hours back. What are you trying to pull over on me?
Ethel, I say, what do you think? That Rapallo baby hasn't come yet, but when it does, they get £2 million. What? Yes. No, I don't think it's anything to do with the government scheme. Well, you see, Nurse Appleby told Mrs. Morgan, who works at the Mitra, who told Grace Jenkins, who told Maggie Marshall, and she told Nancy Chapman, and she told me. Yes.
Excuse me! Thank you!
Oh, Doctor, come in.
Thank you.
Doctor, there's £500 for you if I have a son by 2 o'clock.
If the Baron's not wanting to come, there's nothing I can do. We're in the hands of Providence.
Oh.
Give.
I beg your pardon.
What's all this time stuff about?
Oh, that, yes, we've had an extension.
Who says so? How can you be 5 hours ahead? Time is time, now is now.
Myrtle, what time do you suppose it is in New York right now?
10 after 1.
10 after 8. This time a year ago, your Uncle Joe hadn't died.
How did you figure that one out?
Look, I'll try and explain. Now, the Earth is round.
I don't care what kind of shape it's in.
On one side, the sun is shining, and that's day. The other side is in shadow, and that's night.
Yeah, I know the song, Night and Day. Cole Porter wrote it, so what?
When the sun rises here, it's still nighttime in America. That is so what?
That is a lot of propaganda.
You take your time from the sun, don't you?
No, I don't. I take it from my watch.
Well, supposing your watch stops.
I asked somebody. What do you think I'd do, run outside and look at the sun? Suppose you're in England and it's raining. Or I might be taking a bath.
Finished?
Mm-hmm.
Look, when you came over in the plane, didn't something peculiar happen?
Yes.
What?
I got sick.
Oh. If you don't believe me, go and ask the American embassy.
And don't think I won't. Grosvenor, 9,000.
Grosvenor, 9,000? Oh, by the way, how is Mrs. Rapallo?
Look, would you please get my number?
And reverse the charge. I don't see why I should pay for your education.
Hello, is this the embassy? I happen to be an American citizen, and I want a simple answer to a simple question. What time is it in New York now? This minute. 8:12? In the morning? What do you know?
Excuse me, please. Good afternoon, Mr. Robinson. May I have a word with you?
My dear sir, you may have two. Come on in.
Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. You certainly seem to be attracting a bit of attention out there.
Yes, the Weddings and Funerals Brigade.
Good afternoon, Miss Lamar.
What time is it in New York?
What time is it in New York? Now, let me think. It must be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 20 past 8.
Oh, gee.
No, Mr. Robinson, I've been thinking about this case of yours. It puzzles me. I've even been worrying about it away from the office, very unlike me. On the golf course, for instance. As a matter of fact, it's been putting me off my game.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes, I was on the 9th yesterday, just going to play a very simple shot, just put the ball in the cup, and I thought, good heavens, this fella can't possibly be married to 2 women at once. I mean, commendable though it may be, it's against the law. Do you realize, my dear boy, you're probably a bigamist?
You see?
Oh, nonsense. You can't blame me for something that's only just been discovered in Bolivia.
Now, Miss Lamar and yourself were married on one of the Friendly Islands, I believe.
Yes, that's right. Tonga.
Oh, and very friendly it was, too. It was the happiest I ever was, or ever hoped to be. Now.
Quite. Mr. Robinson, do you happen to have your passport handy?
I think so. Why? What do you want it for?
I've got an idea. I'd rather like to have a look at it, if I may.
Oh, well, sorry.
You are supposed to be working for me, not him. Oh, a fine solicitor you turned out to be. I'm going to tell my lawyers about you when I get back to New York. You snake in the grass and in bloomers.
Don't you like them? Ah, thanks. Now, let's have a look at this. Where are we now? Tonga. Here we are, October the 6th, October the 11th. That's 6 days. What a relief.
Why?
Your marriage was invalid, my boy.
It was not. It was in Tonga.
No, you don't quite understand. They have a 7-day residence qualification in Tonga.
Then she doesn't have to divorce me.
Of course not. You were only there 6 days.
It seemed like 7.
That's because you crossed the line.
We did not. It was a perfectly respectable honeymoon.
No, my dear. The date line. You crossed the date line.
Now, don't you start giving me that time stuff.
Yes?
Sorry to trouble you, nurse. Would you mind telling my wife that we are married?
Certainly.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Well, now that that's cleared up, I feel I can play the game of my life. Good day, Miss Lamar.
There's been nothing good about it so far.
Goodbye, my boy. And don't forget, if you do get the money, I'm treasurer of a very deserving fund.
Thanks, I'll remember that, Mr. Stark.
Good luck.
Goodbye. Mind the step.
Sure.
What does he mean, not married? You know very well we were married. You were there.
To get married in Tonga, you have to live there for 7 days. We were only there 6 days because we crossed the date line.
Where is this here date line?
In the Pacific.
Oh, for instance, here is a line.
Right.
If I'm on this side of it, it's today. If I jump over here, it's yesterday.
Roughly speaking.
Oh, so roughly speaking, today, tomorrow, and yesterday are all the same day.
Yeah.
Oh, you must think I'm an awful dope.
Well, it's only the date that changes. The day remains the same.
Oh, first you tell me when it's now here, it isn't in New York. Then you say when it's today here, if you jump one way, it's tomorrow, and if you jump the other way, it's yesterday. And then you tell me because we crossed this here line, we're not even married.
Oh, we're not married because on the way to Tonga we lost a day.
Well, if it's true, I think it was mighty careless of you. Not that you care what happens to me anymore. You only care about her.
Well, naturally. Dorothy happens to be my wife, and I'm in love with her.
Oh, Mr. Rapallo?
Yes?
I'm from the Express. Is it true that if your wife has a son by 2 o'clock this afternoon, you inherit £2 million?
Not pounds, dollars.
Oh, what a pity. Still, that's quite a story, Mr. Rapallo. Do you mind if I come in?
Look here.
Look here. Oh, good morning, madam.
Hello.
Could we have a picture of you with your wife, Mr. Rapallo?
I'm not his wife.
Oh, my mistake.
No, mine. We crossed this here line.
I beg your pardon?
Look here, you can't come barging in like this. My wife's having a baby in there.
Oh, that's all right, sir. We'll be as quiet as mice. Now, if you'll just give me a few details, who left you the money, the conditions of the will, a picture of your wife, and a photograph.
Well, I don't know that I like all this publicity.
Oh, neither do I.
Oh, it's not publicity, sir. It's news. Everybody's interested in babies. You can't deprive the public of a human interest story like this.
Well, anyway, I can't tell you a thing. I should have to ask my wife, and women are very fussy about these things.
You, madam, are you a relative?
No.
No, she's my first wife. It's her Uncle Joe who left the money.
Oh, really? Now, that's interesting. Man's ex-wife.
Yes, but you can't write anything about it.
Why not?
Well, it's private.
Just a minute, it's for you. It's the Daily Sketch.
Anyway, I can't tell you a thing. It's all very well. We've been waiting for this baby for weeks now, and we'd like to have it in peace if you don't mind.
I understand you're a singer, madam. Now, could you just give me a few details of your career?
Certainly.
How you met Mr. Rapallo and how you feel about the inheritance?
Oh, yes. Well, you see, I've sung everywhere, in the United States, that is, in Bolivia. They used to call me the Jersey City Canary.
Crying in B flat.
Mr. Rapallo, it's a girl.
What about Dorothy?
She's fine. No, you can't come in yet.
What's the matter with you?
It had to be a boy, remember?
Oh, yes, so it has. Well, you win, Myrtle. I've got a little girl that's worth more than money.
What? That's it? Right.
Look, you've had your story. Why don't you get out of here now?
All right, we're off. Thanks for your help. Pity it didn't come off. So long.
Poor Tony.
Not me? I couldn't be happier. I shall probably compose a symphony or something now. Hope Dorothy's all right.
Of course she is. There's nothing in having babies these days. They have them all over the United States.
I do?
Uh-huh.
Crying a lot.
Mr. Pellet.
Well, what's wrong? B flat? C sharp. Sounds like a duet.
It's a boy. You said it was a girl. It's twins.
Oh, no.
And the dot.
It's a boy. Which is which?
This is the boy, and that's the girl. Was it on time?
You bet it was.
Is Myrtle dreadfully upset?
She wants to see you. Do you mind?
I don't mind anything now.
Myrtle?
So you're Myrtle?
Uh-huh.
We don't really want your money, you know.
It's not my money. It's Uncle Joe's.
Oh, I'm sure Uncle Joe'd be a lot happier if you had half of it.
Ooh, you mean it?
Yes, of course we mean it. Don't we, darling?
Aren't you English funny about money?
Miss Lamar's call to New York. It's just come through.
Thanks.
Hello? Yeah? Hello, Elmer. How are you?
Thanks for calling. Any news?
They had a daughter and a son. Well, you know how the British are. They muddle through. But we get half. $1 million. Uh-huh. Darling, what time is it over there? Well, it can't be. You're 5 hours back.
4 hours back, honey. Daylight saving, remember?
Oh, that's right. Why didn't I think of that? Well, this means the baby came 1 hour late. Yeah. Well, I'll see you in a couple of days. Goodbye, Tootsie. Never mind, darling.
Tony?
And who is Elmer?
Oh, he's my fella. We're sort of engaged.
I see.
Tony, how many pounds are there in $2 million?
714,284.
Well, you don't say. You get half.
What?
All of you. Bye-bye. Bye.
Mine.